Hello YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, and I'm hoping today we're going to finish these story sections of Pharos. I know we've been here for quite a while now, and we want to get back to doing some optional side quests and content, so stay tuned, and hopefully we'll reach that point once again. Right, just before we get started then, we learned Hashmal in the previous episode, or we beat Hashmal and collected him as an Esper, and what I've done is taught Hashmal to the Knight character. In my case that's Varn, because doing so unlocks White Magic 8 and 9, which are obviously useful spells, and the Knight is a great healer. You know, basically the Knight boost sheet is what I like to think of as the Paladin class in Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. So you've got great physical damage and tanking prowess, but also healing as well with these powerful white magics, and they are some of the most powerful white magics in the game. You could also give this Esper Hashmal to your monk. In my case, if I gave it to Penelo, that Zodiac. I haven't learned Zodiac yet, I thought I'd done that. Where's Hashmal? Well, Hashmal's gone now, obviously, since we just learned it. But if I could find where it was on here. Not to worry, we'll just move on. But it would have taught some less powerful white magic spells. I think Raise spell and Cura to your monk character. So I'd rather give it to the Knight in all honesty. And just before we get started in the episode proper, we're just going to head back the way that we came originally into this zone, although for some reason the game teleports us and we don't have to explore this linear section, which is interesting. I did forget about that. I'm just going to go ahead and disable float, so it's not going to be interrupting us every 10 seconds. We don't need it here. That was mostly for the previous boss fight for the Esper because of that earth spell. But somewhere around here there's a chest you can grab, and it contains a mega elixir, so make sure you pick that up before moving on. And don't forget, this is going to be your final chance to save with Redas in the party, so you might want to go for that master save file that I mentioned previously should you want to do any optional side quest content with Redas, because you're going to lose him after this point. And then we're going to move on ahead to this waystone. And there's going to be some interesting story segments in this episode, so I'm going to try and be quiet through most of those as you take them in.
So this is the Suncrest.
King Wraithwall stood here. With this sword, he cut the Suncrest and took its power in his hand.
But you're going to use the sword to destroy the Suncrest, aren't you, Ash?
Don't interrupt me, Vaughn. You want revenge? You would have me use the stone? You would have me destroy the Empire? Is this my duty? Is this what you want? I cannot.
Why do you hesitate? Take what is yours. The Christ is a blade. It was meant for you. Wield it. Avenge your father. Yes, it was I who wore Bashi's face, who cut down the life of Dalmasca. Lady Ash, Your father's murderer is here.
You and Rex!
I slew your king. I slew your country. Do these deeds not demand vengeance? Yes, good. Find your wrath. Take up your sword. Fight, and serve those who died before you.
A Judge Magister there was. 2 years passed. He took in his hand the Midlight Shard, stolen from Nabradia, and used it not knowing what he did. And Nabudis was blown away. Cid ordered this of him, to learn the Nethicite's true power. That man swore never to let such terrible power be used again. He forsook his Judaser's plate and his name.
Judge Sect.
It's been too long, Gabranth. Reach out your hand, Lady Ash. But remember, that which you must grasp is something beyond revenge, something greater than despair. Something beyond our reach. Try as we might, Gabranth, history's chains bind us too tightly.
No, we cannot escape the past. This man is living proof. What is your past, daughter of Damaska? Did you not swear revenge? Do the dead not demand it?
Wrestler. My prince. Our time was short. Yet I know this. You are not the kind to take base revenge! The Wrestler I knew is gone.
You are our saint, Tashalia Banagin. You must use the Nethicite. You must be the one to straighten history's weave.
I am no false saint for you to use.
Ash.
In all Dalmasca's long history, not once did we rely on the Dusk Shard. Our people resolved never to use it, though their need might be dire. That was the Dalmasca I wanted back. To use the stone now would be to betray that. I will destroy the Suncrest. I will discard the stone.
You claim no need of power? What of your broken kingdom's shame? The dead demand justice!
You're wrong. What would change? I can't help my brother now. My brother's gone. He's dead.
Even with power, we cannot change what is past. What is done, is done.
Yet without power, what future can you claim? What good a kingdom you cannot defend?
Then I will defend Queen and Kingdom both.
Ha! Defend? You? You who failed Landis and Dalmasca. What can shame hope to keep safe? Your shield is shattered. Your oaths poison those you would protect.
Right, and so we finally get thrust into battle, and after an epic cutscene, as you can tell by that first hit, we're going to face off against a not-so-epic boss fight. So basically, Gabranth here...
Do not think killing the Kingslayer will win you back your honor. When you abandoned home and kin, your name was forever stained with blood.
Aye. This stain is mine to bear, but I will bear it willingly, knowing that I did all that I could for hope.
Preen and strut as you like. In the end, we are the same. Bloodthirsting carrion birds. Hellbent on revenge.
So he has nothing really exciting to steal, and he only has 64,000 health. So he does throw up some magic shields, and he does dish out a lot of damage to single targets. But if you struggle, just cast Lure and have Bubble on your tank, and dispel his buffs, and this fight shouldn't be a problem at all.
So you, too, would leave your debts unpaid.
Enough of this! I can bear no more.
You disappoint me, Gabranth.
What?
He trusted you. When you bared steel against the princess, you forswore your obligations to your emperor. You shame yourself and make mockery of Lord Lars's trust. You are unfit to serve him as sword or shield, and so I release you from that service. Your presence is neither required nor welcome. Gabranth!
You are only a tool of this Venar.
How quaint. We are allies. The Acuria give men power as a master feeds his dog. It is meant to tame us. How well you've resisted their wile. By turning your back on their stones, you give us free hand to write our own history.
And at what price? Dalmasca's freedom for your nethicite? I shall not suffer you to have it. The Suncrest be damned!
Be sure that it is! For what other purpose do you think you've brought us here? But, my lady, I would have you stay your Acurian sword. The Suncrest is glutted with mist, and so precious a thing must not be squandered. Let us use the stone! Finish this for now! Shards of Nephesite, cocoon of the Suncrest, spill forth your mist upon this evil east. Let sea and sky be awash in it, that Bahamut may come and drink his fill. And lo, how brightly burned their lanthorn! Casts it back the shadow of a Curian design, testament that man's history shall be his alone!
You made your nethicite for this. You mimic the Acuria stone for what? To become a god yourself?
On whose shoulders better to stand than those of the would-be gods? Ah, such high hopes I once had, but you ran, and they with you. Alas, the hour of your return is late. Come, family, revel in the glory of my triumph!
Does anyone else notice that Balthea's voice goes very, very strange in that cutscene? Almost like it's somebody else doing the line, reading out that line. But anyway, the first thing you're going to want to do for this battle, and Dr. Cid's become a real nutter, hasn't he? Somebody needs to put him into check. I guess that's going to be left to us. First thing you want to do is make sure your attack gambits are set to attack the highest maximum health foe. The reason for that, there's going to be somebody else joining us in a short while. And so we're going to want to make sure that we are attacking them over Dr. Cid. So we'll just go ahead and sort that out now. Highest max HP. And Ash is just doing nothing basically. So you can go ahead also and set some buffs up if you're low level. I'm going to risk not doing so. I do recommend guarding against silence throughout this battle though, as you are going to be hit with it. And the other thing I'm going to do is try and steal. So Cid has a couple of nice items. You might want to grab one of them if at all possible. If we throw on the Thieves' Cuffs here. And turn on his Steel Gambit. Since he only has 80,000 health and the battle changes after half of that is reduced. So I would like to go ahead and try and get that item before that point. Just turn Red Asses off because he's not going to be doing much anyway. Oh, we got a high potion. Well, that's not too exciting. So we could also have got a Ketu board or Mage Power Shisak. So anyway, with that done, let's turn off our Steel Gambit now. And turn on our other attacks. So Cid has 82,000 health, but eventually he's going to summon his Esper to join the battle. And that gun, man, that Gatling gun. So here we go.
Behold the manufactured nethicite, the fruit of our power and knowledge. See what the stone of man is capable of. Witness its power with your own eyes. Famfrit, to me!
Here comes Famfrit, Dr. Cid's Esper. Now, Famfrit, interestingly, is quite weak to fire, so if you're lower level and don't have higher spells, then what I would recommend at this point is throw oil onto Famfrit and hit him with Firegar. That would be a good means of taking him down quite quickly. We can also go ahead and try and steal from him. Now, you can't see Famfrit's health, unfortunately. The health bar that you see belongs to Dr. Cid. So, Famfrit has 149,000 health. So it will take a bit of beating to get down, especially if you're only in your 40s and haven't collected a lot of gear up until this point. So just bear that in mind, but you are doing damage to him. So we've got the Aquarius gem, that'll do. Turn our gambits off once more. On, I mean, not off, on. And we'll keep pummeting away at Famfrit. Can't really see him very well to show you what he looks like. So this is his main attack that he's doing at this point. And this one inflicts silence. Well, it can inflict silence. So just try and dispel his stuff. But just bear in mind that Cid will keep casting Protect and Shell onto Famfrit, buffing him up, and Haste as well. And also Dr. Cid goes immune to magic attacks, so you're probably going to just want to stick to physical.
You dream of death! Wake and die!
Some epic attacks in this game, isn't there? I guess that's what Final Fantasy is known for as well, though, isn't it? So once Cid goes down, we're going to be greeted by another batch of awesome cutscenes. So sit back and enjoy them. There we go, we get the final Esper now in Famfrit, and a gold trophy for our trouble as well.
Let him by, Fenar. It is done. How I have enjoyed these 6 years.
The pleasure was all mine.
Was there no other way? Huh. Spend your pity elsewhere. If you are so set on running, hadn't you best be off, fool of a pirate?
Fran? Fran!
The mist burns to bursting. It beats. The cocoon. The sun-crest bursts. You must run as far as you can.
Easy, Fran.
Hadn't you best be off? That's what a sky pirate does. You fly, don't you?
I suppose you'd better hang on then.
Ash! The sword! We have to stop it!
You must quit this place. It's reacting. I've not seen its like before. Nay, never this large. Never such threat impendent. For Nabudis.
Redis! Redis, no!
I, Judge Magister, condemn you to oblivion!
Redis.
Right, so we'll get the option of saving your game. Some pretty epic cutscenes at the end of Pharos there, isn't there? So be careful at this point not to overwrite any of the other save files you've been making in the game up until this point. Especially if you've just made one with Redas in your party, since he's now gone, of course.
Cid?
We let ourselves inside. The situation is one demanding some haste, you understand?
How did you know where we were?
My little birds. They tell me many, many things. My lady, the war begins now.
Then you were unsuccessful in stopping the Rosarian fleet?
I used a variety of methods. All went according to plan until it came time to request withdrawal of our most devoted generals. In their enthusiasm for war, our great military leaders went behind my back straight to Marquis Sandor's resistance.
The Resistance?
During training, a division of the Resistance ignored their orders and disappeared. They were next found exchanging broadsides with the Imperials over Old Nabradia.
Why would they go there? They were asking to be found.
You misunderstand. Those ships must surely belong to Rosarian Division. They may have joined Ondor's resistance forces as patriots or even mercenaries, but in reality they are regulars of the Rosarian army, under direct command of our war pavilion. This fifth column has invaded Imperial airspace and provoked a response. Unable to abandon them, His Excellency the Marquis was obliged to give his main fleet the order to attack. And the battleground is Dalmasca.
Should this fight drag on, Rosaria will enter the fray. The defense of Dalmasca is their excuse, and we will have a war between empires.
Correct. They will bide their time waiting to strike until the Empire has spent itself against the Marquis. But then he will crush them and the Marquis both between his hands.
Vayne holds the Dusk Shard no longer. His advantage is lost.
Vayne has advantages enough. He stands on higher ground, and my birds tell me he has awoken something quite large. Bahamut, Lord of the Sky. There was a stirring in the mist, in the direction of Ridorana, I am told. Bahamut awoke soon after this.
It is the mist that came before the Christ was undone. It breathed life into this Bahamut. If Rethers had not stopped it when he did, how much more mist might it have drunk? All went according to Dr. Cid's designs.
Yes, the man's last great accomplishment, I fear. And so it falls to me to put an end to the thing.
Vayne commands Bahamut himself?
He comes to Rabanastre.
Then I will defend Dalmasca and stop this Bahamut. This is my charge.
That's our charge, actually.
It's our home. It belongs to us all.
And my charge is to hinder and delay this Rosarian invasion for as long as is possible. I will do what I can. Ah, yes. When this unpleasantness is done, you must come to Rosaria. I will take you to the Amber Vale of Clanmar Grace. Such things I will show you. Until then, I will be waiting.
Right, so we're back now at the port, and we're told that we can now travel to Bahamut in the stroll, and to do so we just need to select private airship from one of the aerodomes, and we can select Bahamut as our destination. But note that doing so will take you to the final section of the game, and that really is the point of no return at that moment. You cannot do anything in terms of side quests or anything once you've selected that. So all the side quests are now available in the game, and I recommend that you do some if you haven't already, in order to prepare for the final battles, which if you've only been doing the main story content will be really, really tricky for you. So I do recommend at least getting some levels by going into Cerobi Step if you haven't done that already, so that you're about level 47 to 50 before taking on the final section of the game. And because this is the point of no return, Final Fantasy XII is quite old school. Most RPGs nowadays, once you've completed the game, you can create a save file and then more stuff unlocks for you to take on. That's not the case here. You need to create your save file now, because once you've completed the game, that's it. If you still want to do any more content after that, you have to load up the save file you create before you go ahead into the final dungeon. So just bear that in mind. So here's a save point. I recommend you save immediately. And I'm going to finish off the episode here now, folks, and we're going to carry on with more of the optional game content that's available to us, including some more hunts and the hunt club as well. We need to get that finished. So thanks for stopping by and joining me, folks. Do come back soon for more FF12. Until next time, take care. I'll see you soon.